Good afternoon, dear student. I hope you all are doing fine, and most importantly, I hope that you are learning, okay, through this explanation as well. So I want you guys to pay attention and then listen to the video explanation carefully, okay? That is before you start up your work. So yesterday we have learned about the temples, okay? So today we will learn about the last topic, that is the architects. All right, we're going to learn about the architects, that is from block 11, okay? So our aim for today is student will be able to analyze the role of people that is involved in the construction of the monuments, the stupas, monasteries and temple, okay? Like we're going to learn about who are the people uh, who have constructed, all right, the monuments. Resources required is your notebook, your exit content book, okay? So since we are done with the worksheet, now we'll be needing our notebook and exit content book, okay? So please get ready with your notebook and your exit content book. All right, let's get to activity discussion, okay? So let us discuss the activity. There are two questions which I'm asking you guys, okay? So all of you, please listen to the question carefully. Alright, we have learned about the earliest temple that was built in India. Yes or no? We have learned about it, okay? And we have also learned about the similarities between the temples and the difference between the temples. Alright, that is, some temple they were made from terracotta and bricks, some were made of stone. Alright, so all those things we have learned in our previous discussion, okay? That is from the temples. Now today we will learn, okay, about the ancient monuments. All right, so here is what did we learn about the ancient monuments and who ordered the construction of these monuments. All right, what did we learn about the ancient monuments and who ordered the construction of this monument? Talking about question number 1, we have learned about the ancient monuments, right? And who actually ordered the construction of this monument? Okay, now please listen carefully, okay? As I explained to you, this monument had specific purpose, all right? They were built for a specific purpose. For example, the pillars were usually used to spread social message like Ashoka Dhamma, as we have learned. So also the stupas were built on top of the remains of the Buddha and his followers. And monasteries were built for the monks and nuns to stay, especially during the rainy season. So also the temples were built, okay, for religious purpose as people started worshipping idols. Because of that very reason, temples were built and monastery was built for the monk and nun to stay, okay, during rainy season. So also the stupa were actually built, that is, on the remain of Buddha and his followers, and the pillar were constructed to spread Ashoka Dhamma, okay? So uh, who order, right? Who order means usually kings and queens order the construction of this monument, okay? But sometimes rich traders and people as a community also built them, especially for the monks and nuns. All right, so who order means sometimes it is most of the time it is the kings and queens, okay, but sometimes even the rich traders and the people as a community also built them. All right, so I hope you are clear. Now let's get to question number 2. All right, let us discuss question number 2. Who helped in the construction of this monument? All right, who helped in the construction of this monument? How did they help? And who built these monuments? What skill do you think these people had? And was the task easy? And why not? What difficulties did people face while building these monuments? All right, first of all, let's discuss who helped in the construction of these monuments, and how did they help? Alright, and how did they help? Now please listen to the explanation carefully, okay? So the kings and the queens hire special craft persons, okay, but most of the time the community as a whole help in construction. Sometimes the king and the queen, they will hire a special craft person, okay, who are skilled labor. And sometimes most of the time, okay, not sometime but most of the time, it is the community as a whole who help in construction. The rich people in the community, they give financial help, all right, the money. Very often the group of creators and craft person, they also help with the costs. And sometimes the devotees brought gifts and donation which were used in construction. And skilled craft person help in carving, okay, and others help in labor work such as transporting materials and cutting rocks. All right, sometimes they needed a skilled craft person, okay, that is it, to help them in carving, okay, to make in perfect shape. And sometimes it is the labor work such as transporting material and cutting rock, all right, are done by other person as well. Who built means highly skilled people made this monument, okay, while rich people and devotee, they contributed towards the expenses in building them. They constructed money and materials, okay, the rich people, but the skilled people, they made this monument. Whether it is pillars, stupa, or temples, each of these are example of fine craftsmanship. Okay, why? Because it was made in such a way that only a skilled person is able to do. Okay, an ordinary person cannot do those kind of things. As we have seen from the temple, how it was built, the pillar, how it was constructed. Yes or no? When we look at this monument, we know that they were stone cutters. Who cut stone? Okay, stone carvers, metal caster, and people who polished this stone. Very shiny one. Each had their own specialization. Every person was specialized in different field. Okay, some were good at stone carving, some were good at metal caster, and some were polishing the stone. Okay, we know that because these monuments are living example of their skill. It is still there in some of the places, okay, famous places. We know about the people who help with money and give, as their name are inscribed on the walls and panels of this monument. Just like we read the name of the person who inaugurated a public building inscribed there with a message in the present time as well. Even in the present time, whenever a building is constructed, you'll see the name, right? Inaugurated by such and such person. Yes or no? Similarly, even in the olden days, people who helped financially, materially, their name are inscribed on those monument. Okay. So was the task actually easy? It is actually not easy. Okay, construction of this monument was not easy because arranging for suitable land, they have to arrange a suitable land and they have to find a specific craft person. Okay, and sometimes transportation of building material and water would have been a challenge because it is not available in one particular place. Apart from this, cutting of stone is indesirable size and shape for pillars. In order to make a pillars, okay, it has to cut in such a way, in such a shape, which is actually done by man, okay, not by machine like today. So floor and ceiling and placing them in the right position might have required great skills, especially in the case of rock cut or stone cut temples of the south. Cutting and chiseling of large rock in the shape of temples, cave and pillars needed expertise since one could not afford to make mistake. One mistake means they have to redo everything again, okay, everything from the beginning itself again, so it requires lots of time, okay, and it requires lots of expertise. One mistake could ruin the entire project. A lot of expenses were involved in arranging for the resources and labor required for the construction of this monument. They need lots of labor, they also need lots of resources as well. Okay, all of this was done at a time when there was no modern machine and tool. They were not using machine, neither they were using tools. All right, they were all made by human. Okay, so they didn't use any modern machine and technology as well. So that was the hardest task. Okay, that it was not an easy one. So things for today. Okay, not you have to complete your practice question. Okay, practice question 10. All right, you have to do your practice question number 10. Okay, practice question 10 and do my learning chart. All right, that is fill out my learning chart in the exit content book to summarize your learning. So please complete this my learning chart along with practice question number 10. That's it for our class for today. Thank you. Have a nice day. Stay safe and take care.